Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have an awesome video in store for you. We are going to be learning so much about Benjyfishy, one of the best players in the entire world who has qualified for the duos and solos event for the World Cup. Not only is he going to be telling us why he is so good, he is also going to be giving us tips, tricks, secrets, and insight on how you guys can play better in Season 9. He's going to be answering all of the questions like whether or not the TAC, Combat Shoddy, or Drumgun are better. As well as that, we're going to be talking about the Drumgun and whether or not it's too OP right now and needs to be vaulted, because Ninja did come out on Twitter today and he said this: Drumgun needs to be vaulted again or made into epic rarity with the same spawn as a bow. So Ninja thinks that the Drumgun is too good right now. We'll be asking Benjyfishy what he thinks about the Drumgun and whether or not it should be vaulted. There's definitely so much to learn in this video, guys, so be sure to stay till the very end. But before we get into it, I just want to shout out Benjyfishy and tell all of you guys to check out his YouTube channel. He actually uploads amazing content every single day. On his channel, you can find 1v1s between him, Mongrel, Savage, scrim highlights, tournament highlights, just anything and everything you want from a pro player you can find on his channel, and it will definitely help you improve. So go check out Benjyfishy's YouTube channel down below in the description and in the comments. And one last quick little announcement, guys. On Friday, we are probably going to be dropping the collab between me and that Denver guy. On his channel, he is going to be discussing and talking about why he thinks Mongrel and Mitro are better than Savage and Benji. Then on my channel, I will be discussing why Benji and Savage are better than Mitro and Mongrel. So you guys can look forward to that. It's going to be awesome. But now, without further ado, let's jump into the discussion with Benji. Alright guys, here we are with Benjyfishy, one of the best players in the entire world. What's going on, man?
Hey, not much. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, dude. So we can just jump straight into it. So starting off with the first question, let's do mobility. What do you think about all of the mobility they added, specifically the slipstreams?
I actually quite like them adding the slipstreams. I like how they're adding more mobility stuff, like as well as the shadow bombs. I really like the shadow bombs because it creates less RNG, especially with slipstreams, because you don't actually have to like shadow bombs. You have to find it in loot. With slipstreams, it's just around the map. So I think it's definitely. I do like the slipstreams because it's less RNG sort of thing.
Okay, I've actually heard a lot of pro players say they really like them, but there have also been a lot of problems with them come late game situations. Have you had any issues? What do you think about that?
The only problem I really see with it is that sometimes, like, I saw a clip from Karos where he tried to RPG somebody building up on high ground, and it made the RPG move. Yeah, apart from that, I don't really see much issue with it late game. I think it's fine, really, late game.
Oh, okay. So basically, there's been some issues. One specifically, it happened with Jarvis, where he was at the very end of the game, and the zone moved toward the slipstream, and it launched him out of the zone and basically killed him.
Oh, damn.
And there's also issues where you can't build. Those were kind of the things I was talking about. So you haven't really ran into those yet?
No, not personally. No, I haven't actually seen any of that.
Okay, so let's continue talking about mobility, because obviously it was a big topic this past weekend, and with the slipstreams coming in, it's just widespread now. But specifically, let's talk about ballers. With the addition of slipstreams and there being so much mobility to easily rotate during the mid game, do you think ballers are as powerful as they used to be?
I think the people are still gonna obviously use ballers. But I think, yeah, it's gonna get easier for people who don't use ballers. It's gonna make it so you don't need a baller to rotate when you've got these slipstreams, because you don't actually need to use any of your movement when you use the slipstream. So
that's true. Now that there's slipstreams and stuff, you don't really have to use a jump pad when trying to rotate almost every other zone. So what's your opinion overall on the ballers then? You seem to not mind them that much. I know there's a lot of pro players that absolutely hate them, one specifically being Kenneth. What do you think?
To be honest, I think from this week when they got rid of ballers, I didn't see a problem with them not being in the game. Like I enjoyed it quite a lot, because maybe it's because I obviously I don't use ballers myself, not normally, especially in solos. I never go for ballers. But I didn't really see much of an issue when they removed them, and the games were still good and everything. But I think a lot of people have been abusing ballers, like to the point of qualifying for the World Cup, just because they're so good at playing a baller.
Okay, that's an interesting standpoint. Let's go ahead and now move on to the next question, and let's talk about Neo Tilted and Mega Mall. I know you typically drop Happy Hamlet, so I don't know if you have too much experience going there, but overall, what do you think about these crazy changes to the map?
I mean, like there's slipstreams on Neo Tilted and Megamall, which, like as I've said, it creates less RNG because you can use them to rotate. I haven't actually experienced going like either of the places really. I tried them a bit at the start. I like how not like everybody's going to be going tilted sort of thing like in the last few games because they've changed tilted. So because obviously before tilted got destroyed, tons of people went there during their like last few games to get rid of some games, but I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue anymore. I don't think many people are going to be going tilted since it's like a different version of tilted sort of thing.
That actually raises a question I wanted to ask you about the game situation and only having 3 hours. A lot of teams will go to Tilted, like you said, or used to, trying to get all of their games in. But I noticed you and Savage usually finish with like less games. You guys qualified with only 7 once. Did you guys, Are you guys just believers that you should just play every single game out like it's normal?
I think it depends how you're doing in the games. Like, the reason me and Savage didn't go for any WQ games is because we noticed that we kept on playing super consistent in all of our games. We didn't die in mid-game or anything. So we just wanted to like keep it flowing sort of thing. We didn't want to try WQ a game and then just lose the flow of playing consistently. So I think that's the main reason why we didn't WQ any games.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's actually really smart. You know, you want to stay consistent and go with the flow. So if any of you guys are watching right now, if you're doing really good, don't mix it up. Just do what's working. Let's go ahead and move on now away from mobility and let's talk about some of the new weapons, specifically the new combat shotgun. What do you think about it?
I think it can be viable. I think people just got to get used to it more. Obviously, since it's I think since people know like what the attack is because it's been in the game for so long that people are more leaning towards that. But I think over the next couple of weeks people are gonna realize the strengths and the weaknesses of the combat shotgun compared to the attack, and people might start using it more.
So do you personally think right now that it is better than the attack?
I've been experimenting a lot with it because I don't know right now which one I like more. I think attack is more consistent late game. Yeah, I mean, they fixed the inconsistent damage with the combat shotgun, so I tested that quite a lot, and I found that I do like the combat shotgun quite a lot, especially on high ground. It's really useful when you're on high ground. It does lots of damage. You can do like 120 from like quite far away sort of thing. So yeah, it does more damage than attack at like longer ranges.
Okay, that's good insight because a lot of my viewers wanted me to ask you which one is better. So it seems like TAC is better late game in the close range areas, but the combat shotty is really good if you have like high ground and you're fighting from mid ranges. Let's rewind a little bit though, because I forgot to ask you about them vaulting the pump. What is your opinion on that? Are you glad that they did it?
To be honest, I honestly don't know. Pump's been like in the game forever, so I think a lot of people are like getting obviously quite annoyed because it's been in the game so long. People are used to it, but I think after a while, people are gonna get used to not having a pump and getting used to the new shotgun and realize that you don't really need the pump. You can use the attack and the combat shotty just as well as like the pump or something. A reason why I quite like the pump not being in the game anymore is that there's no like one-shot mechanic from close range really, because the combat shotgun could do like 120 and attack could do it probably around like 160. I like how there's no one-shot mechanic in the game anymore.
So talking about like those close range battles, what do you think about the Tommy guns? Because I know a lot of players are saying they're OP right now and they're the next gun that needs to go. Because even an hour ago on Twitter, Ninja did say that he thinks the drum gun needs to be vaulted again.
Yeah, I don't really know what loadout to run right now, like personally, because Drumgun obviously is super powerful at close range, and that's why I've been experimenting quite a lot with like not running a shotgun, just running like 2 Tommies. But I think, yeah, it's really strong at close range, but a downfall for it is that if you run a drum gun over an AR, you're not able to get stuff like storm surge damage as easily as you can with the AR. So I think there are some downfalls to running a drum gun like over stuff like an AR or a shotgun.
Okay. So you said you don't really know what a good loadout is right now. What do you find yourself kind of levitating towards though? I
mean, I've been experimenting with different things, but I've been trying out running drum gun over AR, but then I noticed that I couldn't get storm surge damage. I found myself like kept going like below storm surge. So then I've been trying just AR combat shotty, and I've been liking that quite a lot. AR tac. I've actually been running drum gun a lot. When I do run drum gun, it's normally in replace to like the tac or combat shotgun. I don't normally run drum gun over AR.
Oh, okay. So you'll keep your AR usually no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what about like resources and stuff? Are you usually only holding 2 guns? That's kind of what it sounded like.
Yeah, that's what I normally do, and then I run like what my ideal loadout, maybe AR, combat shotgun, then shadow bombs, then utility, and then like movement. Oh, actually, no, not instead of utility, I mean shield.
So usually you're running shields, you're running shadow bombs, and then potentially like gliders or...
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Because most players I see usually like to have 3 weapons, but you're narrowing it down to 2. You're sacrificing for those like shadow bombs. Do you think shadow bombs are like that important to have? I know Savage made an incredible play yesterday with them.
Yeah, I think I love them being added to the game. I've seen a lot of pros really like the shadow bombs because same as the slipstream. Like it's because it creates less RNG. Because it's another movement item that allows you to rotate through moving zones like with like quite ease because you don't need to use any mats when you do it. So yeah.
Yeah. Because that's a big issue before trying to rotate. If you don't have a baller or something, you can get sniped so easily by a heavy.
Yep.
So obviously Epic Games, they make crazy changes. They've been throwing a whole bunch of bricks at us. How do you adapt to all of this and still perform every week so consistently?
For the ballers, it didn't really affect me too much because I'd never landed ballers. But for other things, I think just trying to play as much of the game as possible to try your best to get used to it is really important. Yeah, just playing like even just stuff like pubs or solo arena just to have a feel for what the game's like and how it's changed.
Okay, so for like practice, what's your routine? Do you do Kovacs? Do you do creative? What do you do for that?
In the morning, I do like to do stuff like Kovacs and just to make my like hands warm, just play Kovacs. As well as just go into creative and do like stuff like 90s and stuff just to make my hands like warm and not cold pretty much. And then I normally just go straight into scrims and play scrims for a couple hours, and that's about it.
All right, man, that's awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. If there's anything you want to say to like the fans or viewers or want to shout out your YouTube, feel free.
Yeah, I mean I've been posting daily on my YouTube for a while now. I mean a lot if you guys could go subscribe to me. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, definitely subscribe to his YouTube. It's been blowing up lately, man. It's awesome to see. You post some good content.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
And that's the interview, guys. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor by dropping a like on this video and also going and subscribing to Benjyfishy's YouTube. The link will be down below in the description and in the comments. He posts daily content just like me, so if you want videos to watch every day from someone who is absolutely insane, go check his channel out. That's going to be it for me though, guys. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more daily content like this, and also leave a comment down below letting me know who I should interview next, and if you're excited for the collab between me and that Denver guy. That's gonna be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos every day. It means so much to me. Thank you, but that is gonna be it for me. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.